Hi friends, today we're going to do a nice little yoga routine that is osteoporosis friendly, targeting the hips and the low back. So if you want a little relief for tightness or stiffness in those areas, then join me please. Today we'll use our mat. You may need a yoga block if you need more support, and we're going to use a chair. And if you can't sit up comfortably with your legs out in front of you, then you perhaps need a pillow or a bolster to elevate you so that you can be in good spinal position. Let's start together in mountain pose. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Lisa. I'm a physical therapist and I'm a specialist in osteoporosis exercise programming, also a certified yoga instructor. And so I share these exercises to help us improve our mobility, to protect our joints so that we can move in all the ways that are better strategies to protect our bones. Welcome. Let's open the palms, open the heart. Let's allow the crown of the head to just lighten and float upward. Relaxing the ears down, relaxing the forehead, relaxing the belly. Feeling roots anchoring us through our feet to the earth. Nice breath here. Just notice that deep breath. Notice any areas of restriction or tightness, tension. Acknowledging that we take this time to be mindful and kind in how we move, to listen to our bodies and the wisdom that it shares with us, and to not push through anything that doesn't feel safe or right as we move through this practice today. Let's inhale the arms up, look up, big reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax the hands, inhale and rise. Relax the hands to heart center. Step the feet out just a small amount. Inhale, rise. As we exhale, we're going to sit back. Nice little child's pose to warm up. Not child's pose, chair pose. Always create a little heat in our legs. A little awareness through our feet. Maybe wiggle your toes here. Good, release the hands, press through the feet. Coming back up, and let's place our hands on our hips. Let's start by drawing some circles with our hips. Slow circles. This just allows a nice bit of movement through the hips and low back. Change direction. If you were going clockwise, now go counterclockwise. Letting the low back and hips know to be a little more relaxed. Inviting a little lubrication to the joints. Good, excellent. Okay, now let's shift your weight left and right. Feel all the weight fall into the right foot, and then feel all the weight fall into the left foot. Now let's move to your right foot and feather the left foot off the ground. Good, place it back down. Let's shift to your left foot, feather the right foot off the ground. If you need to be holding on to your chair, that's just fine. No worries there. Use support if you need it. Work smarter, not harder. So shift it back to your right, feather up the left foot, circle the ankle. Loosen that ankle up. Good. Let's place that back down. Coming over to your left. So we weight shift and lift, circle the ankle. And reverse. Very nice. Okay, let's step those feet out a little wider. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay, hands on the hips. We're going to draw the hips back and the shoulders and chest forward. Nice little hamstring stretch. Eyes are down. Tighten up through the hamstrings as we rise. This is what it looks like from the side. So wide feet, hands on the hips. We're drawing the hips back. We still have a nice long spine. We're getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. You just go as far as feels safe for you. Wide feet, one more. Great. Okay, let's inhale these arms up. As the arms come down, bend one knee. Knees go over the foot. Press back up. Bend the other knee. Press back up. You can make this movement as small as you need it to for it to feel okay. You don't have to go very deep or very far. You can just make it a very small movement that you're shifting your weight from side to side. If it's comfortable for you to go, similar to what I'm doing, then great. Absolutely okay to modify it. Wonderful. Let's turn that right foot out, anchor the left foot, and we're going to inhale the arms along and look down the front hand. Check your shoulders so that they're balanced on top of your pelvis. Let's keep the knee wide and open here. Now, if we straighten that front leg, we can tilt down into a triangle. Still tilting through a long spine. If you need, you may use a block in this position, or you may use your chair if you want to scoot closer. So holding this triangle position. One breath here. Using the core, tightening through the trunk as you rise back up. Turn that foot in. We're going to turn the other foot out. Knee is bent. We're extending the arms long. Big breath here. Relax those shoulders, looking down the front hand. Checking that balance front to back. We're going to straighten the front knee now. Hinging at the hip, coming into our triangle pose. Long spine. This one creates some nice postural strength. We do get a little bit of rotation. This is very slow and mindful rotation. Inhale to rise. We'll step those feet together. Or tick-tock them together. Wonderful. Okay, coming up to our chair and using this for our support for a modified downward facing dog. So feet are going to be in the arms here. I'm going to step back, reach the hips back and the tailbone up. And then I'm going to flow into a step beside the chair. So kind of a high lunge position. That heel can be up. This knee is bent. That leg is straight and pressing back. Heart is up. Push back, hips are back. Stretching the shoulders, hips, and spine here. As you come up, step up on the other side. Heart up. Creating that space between the front and the back leg. Push back. See here, we're taking our time. Taking our time. Allowing the tissues to lengthen. Inviting the breath there. Noticing any areas of restriction. One more. And step forward. Wonderful. All right, we're going to make our way down to the mat. You can use your chair if you need to. Stepping onto one knee and then the other. I'll make my way back here. Okay, let's start by clasping the hands behind your back, pressing those knuckles towards the floor, squeezing those shoulder blades back and together. Open that heart, lift the chin, squeeze the glutes. Release the hands. Let's step, and you can use your block. Let's step the right leg forward. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale back. Inhale as we lean forward. We're going to inhale the arms up. I'm going to place my left hand on the block. You can have it at this height. If you have the range of motion, you may have it on the floor, or you can have it all the way up here. And we're going to do a little bit of a rotation. So a mindful rotation, reaching as far, as slowly and comfortably. So we get a nice lengthened position through the hand, reaching up for the sky, and then we come back down. One more time. Nice lengthening through the spine, shoulders and hips. And then come back down. Step back, right leg comes back, left leg comes forward. Okay, here we go. Let's inhale the arms forward. Exhale back. Inhale the arms forward. Look up if it feels good. Exhale, come back. All right, we're going to inhale the arms forward. We're going to place the right hand on the block. The left hand's going to float up just to the point that feels like a nice stretch without forcing. And then we come back down. Inhale one more time, pressing through that right arm, reaching with the left arm, inviting all that space and length. Yes, we do mindful rotation, slow and deliberate without forcing. Helps our spine to be a little more comfortable, a little happier. Coming into this tabletop position. And how I teach cat-cow is that we start in this tabletop position, pushing the floor away, tucking the chin so we have a nice long neck. Even just holding our head in this position is so helpful for strengthening the muscles in the back of our neck. This position is getting weight bearing through the upper arms and through the thighs. Just being in tabletop is wonderful. So we come to this sort of neutral position, and then we can go into cow belly. Then we can kind of push up into neutral and sink into cow. So that's how I modify cat and cow to be more osteoporosis friendly. From there, we can go into our extended bird dog. So opposite arm and leg reach, holding strong through the hand and knee that are on the floor. Bring it back. Switching sides. Let's go one more time. Now take those knees nice and wide, crawl the hands forward and sink that tailbone away from the hands. So these arms are long and the spine should be long. Sinking in between the hips. So tailbone is moving away from the hands. We float forward onto our elbows and onto the floor. Release the toes. Place the hands on the mat beside your face. Press through the elbows, hands, and lift the heart up off the mat. Eyes are still downward. We're not cranking on the neck like this. Tuck the chin for that long neck. And press down. Or excuse me, release. Press, lift the heart. And release. Tuck those hands back. Lift the hips. Reach back. Again, we're getting that lengthening through the low back, lengthening through the spinal muscles as our fingertips are reaching in the opposite direction of our tailbone. We float forward again, come back down onto our tummy, hands beside the face, press up. Alternating between this press, extension, and strengthening of the spine. Releasing that, sliding the hands back, pressing up and back for the lengthening of the spine. Sometimes I like to crawl my fingertips forward to see how much space I can create between my shoulders and my low back. Take a breath. Coming forward again, one more time, lowering all the way down, releasing the hands, pressing up. Last time, lift the hips, reach the hips back. One breath here. Back to hands and knees. And we're going to turn to sitting position with the legs out in front. If you need a bolster because your back is rounding like this, then sit up on a cushion or a pillow so that you can sit nice and tall with a straight back. From this position, let's hug in the left knee. Give it a hug into the chest. Lift the heart as you hug that knee in. Now let's cross that foot over the other side. And I'm going to take my right arm and try to wrap it around that left knee and then lift my heart so that I really feel that stretch in the glutes on the left side and the hip on the left side. So I'm hugging in that knee to the chest and then really trying to come up tall through my spine. Other toes are flexed back. Really targeting the hip here and that connection between the hip and the low back. Take a breath. Now, if it feels good, you can hold the left knee with the right arm, take the left hand back behind you and prop yourself up a little bit taller and just look gently over that left shoulder. Little bit of mindful, intentional rotation here. Never forcing. Wonderful. We'll release that. Let's release that leg. Let the ankle rest on top of the thigh and just gently press outward here. Bring a little bit of extra rotation in the hip before we let it go all the way out. Good. We're going to hug in the right knee now. Give it a little hug, lift the heart. And if this is more comfortable than crossing over, you can just hold this position. That is just fine. If crossing the foot over the other side is too much, then just hold that first position. Now I'm going to hug that knee in with both arms, hugging the knee to my left shoulder, lifting up my heart so I really feel that sensation in the right hip. Taking a breath. Breathing into that hip space. Wonderful. We're taking our time here. If it feels okay, you can stay right here. You don't need to move forward, but if you want, you just hold the knee with the left arm, place the right hand behind you, lift up nice and tall as you look over your right shoulder. Holding that nice tall spine. Noticing that tension in the right hip. Do we notice it kindly? Okay, well, we release that stretch. We have the ankle on the left thigh. We're just going to press gently on that right knee just to open up that hip just ever so slightly more. Lift the heart, Lisa. There we go. Finding that height and that length. Wonderful. You may release that leg. We're going to come down onto our backs with the knees bent. We'll bring our feet in line with our hips and ankles, just a few inches away from our hip bones. Palms pressing down. So I press the palm down to activate the latissimus dorsi, that large muscle in your back. So we're activating the lats, and then we press the feet down to activate the glutes and the hamstrings. Lifting the hips up into a bridge, pressing the arms also, so we get lots of co-contraction in the muscles of the spine. Relax the hips all the way down, and now one at a time, left knee and right knee. Little stretch, nice and gentle, knees to chest. Let's brace through the abdomen, through the belly button as we return the right knee. Tighten here, return the left knee. Press the palms down, lifting the hips, pressing the hands, hold, squeezing through the glutes. So we're doing an active contraction here of the back body. Release the hips down. Brace through the abdomen. Let's take now this time right leg first. Bracing here, left leg. And now we're doing active lengthening, or more passive lengthening actually. Lengthening of those same muscles that we're just contracting. And we'll return the feet to the mat. We'll take our hands either in this butterfly position or T position. Feet go as wide as the mat. And we're going to rotate the hips. So let the hips just fall to the right as far as each hip is willing to go. And then I'm pressing through the left glute. That sort of pushes this hip a little bit more forward. We get a little bit more stretch there in the front of that thigh. This is one of my favorite stretches. And we're mindfully sway those knees back to center. Noticing the sensation, the change in tension as we go from a big stretch to releasing that. Let our knees roll to the opposite side. And now I'm tightening the right glute, pushing that right hip just slightly forward so I feel that big, beautiful stretch down the right thigh. Take a breath. Notice the tension, notice the sensation. Bring that awareness to our body, the sensation of stretch, tightness, resistance. And then as we bring our knees back to center, notice that tension change. Where did it go? Wonderful. Let's this time bring the feet together and the knees together, the soles of the feet together. And let the knees drop open. Drop open and just rock a little gently side to side. Taking a breath here. And either with assistance or on its own, we'll bring those knees back together. Hug the right knee into your chest. Left knee is bent, the foot is on the floor. Flex the toes back towards you. Stretch the heel up. Release it back down. Give it a hug. Create a little more space. Press the heel up. Release it back down. Now, if you feel any pinching in the hip or groin, do this. Press your hand into your knee and your knee into your hand. Hold that force. Hold, hold, hold. Release, and then give that a hug again. I don't know about you, but that worked magically for me to make that pinching sensation much less. Let's take the left leg, give it a hug into the chest. Take a breath. Flex the toes back. Press the heel up to the sky. Breathing into that hamstring. Let's release that stretched knee hug again. We'll release that. We'll do our push and hold on that side also. Balancing out our strengthening between the hip flexors and the hip extensors. Press and hold, hold, hold. And we'll give it a hug one more time here. All right, stay with me now as we do this really nice visualization to help with any areas of soreness of concern in your body and get as comfortable as you're able to get. You can extend those legs out for our Shavasana pose. You can put a pillow under your head or under your knees. Rotate the palms up. And if you feel like it, just close your eyes and just bring your awareness to any area of your body that may be holding any soreness, any heat, any area of concern that you have in your body, and then just bring it into your awareness. And as you have this awareness of this one or more parts of your body that you're bringing your attention to, I want you to bring a shimmering ball of beautiful light to that area. Allow this beautiful ball of light to just be fully immersed in whatever area of your body is concerning. It's very healing and nourishing light, much like the light from the sun. It's comfortable, it's healing. You're intentionally directing this light and allowing it to help your body to do what it's naturally born to do, to heal. Allow the light to fill those areas of your body that you have concern. Let it grow and expand until your whole body is breathing with this beautiful light. Know that you can summon this light energy at any time you need to bring attention to an area of soreness, of concern in your body. Relax and connect with your breath. And feel yourself filled with this light. One deep breath in. Wonderful job. Excellent. When you're ready, roll onto your side and come up to sitting. No rush. You can stay lying down, relaxing if you choose. I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.